I'm going to talk briefly about how to solve a problem like 2014 fall number 14, where you have to build triangles given raw claims data. Now, these are different numbers from the actual exam problem, but it's otherwise the same. You have to build accident year paid and reported triangles starting with these individual claims. Now, notice how the data is laid out. It looks sort of similar to the alternate triangle format we talked about in the previous section. You've got calendar year information in these columns, paid amounts and case outstanding amounts. Now let's jump for a moment to the solution to see what we have to do. The solution has 4 steps, but we're only going to talk about step 1 in detail here. The other 3 steps are easy once you've done step 1, and there are links in the wiki to the full solution as well as some practice problems. So the idea is to take the claims data we're given and organize it into a table like this. You've got one row for each accident year, but it's summed across all report years. And the result is a triangle, but in the alternate triangle format. And like I said, the rest of the solution is simple. You just have to put it in the standard cumulative format. So let's go back to the question. How are you going to make sense of all this information? Well, there's a little trick. Notice first this table is sorted by accident year and then by report year. So we've got accident years 2018, then 2019, then 2020. And the trick is we're going to draw horizontal lines to separate the different accident years into blocks. Okay, once you've separated the accident years like this, you just add up the numbers in each box. So for accident year 2018, for the paid values, you just add up all of these values here, which is just 700. There's only one value. So let's check the solution. Okay, and that 700 goes right there. Okay, let's go back. Let's do the same thing for accident year 2018, but calendar year 2019 paid values. So these 4 values, 6, 7, 13, 21, 27, that should add up to 2,700. Let's check. Yep, we've got 2,700 for the paid. And so just keep doing the same thing for all of the other blocks in this table. Now, like I said, once you have step 1, steps 2, 3, and 4 are very simple. In step 2, you just transfer the color-coded values from this triangle down to the standard triangle format here. Then to get from step 2 to step 3, you just sum incremental values across rows to get the cumulative values. Then in step 4, you just add the case outstanding to the cumulative paid from step 3, and you get the cumulative reported. Now let's look at a variation on this problem. So here we now have to build report year triangles instead of accident year triangles. The claims data is the same for this example, and the method is also essentially the same as the accident year case, except for one little twist. Notice that the claims in this table are sorted first by accident year and then by report year. But if we want to build report year triangles, it would be better if it were sorted first by report year and then by accident year. Then we could draw horizontal lines like we did before to separate the report year blocks and do everything exactly the same way. Now, notice that if this were in Excel, we could easily resort it, but if it's on paper, you can't. And notice that report year starts at 2018, then we have 2019, then 20, then 21, so it's sorted so far, but then we go back to report year 20, which is out of order. But I'm going to draw the horizontal lines anyway because it almost works out. Okay, so it turns out that the 2021 year is the only one that's out of order, but the entries are 0 anyway, so we can basically just ignore it. So like with the accident year case, you just add up all the numbers in all these boxes, and you're going to get a summarized triangle like that. So, but this time the row labels are report years because it's summed across all accident years, and everything else, steps 2, 3, and 4, work exactly the same way.